Here's 5 different crops I love growing vertically, and I'll include one at the end that I don't. Number 1 is cantaloupe. This is probably one of the easiest melons to grow in my opinion, very beginner friendly. My favorite variety is called Hales Jumbo. One that I grew last year reached almost 9 pounds, and it was still one of the most flavorful melons I have ever had in my life. These actually self-detach when they are ripe, so there's really no guessing if it's ready to pick or not, which is great. Number 2 is loofah. So if you wanna grow your own sponges, you do need to make sure you do have a long enough season for these, but these are really, really fun. I will warn you, they do take up a lot of space with an average vine of reaching about 30 feet. These take my entire trellis tunnel by the end of the summer, but these are really fun, and you can also eat them when they're young, and they are a lot like zucchini. So if zucchini is hard to grow in your area, maybe consider loofah, because loofah is vine borer resistant, unlike many zucchini varieties. Which, speaking of squash, this next one is a winter squash called a honey nut. This is also vine borer resistant, which is great because most winter squash and different pumpkin varieties aren't, and they are very tricky for me to grow. Number 4 on the list is green beans, which pull bean varieties are great. They will continue to put on beans throughout the year. One of my favorites is one called Seychelles, and I also really like this because the green beans grow so quick and they fill out the trellis a lot sooner than other things like melons and squashes and loofah. And number 5 is cucumber. You can't go wrong with a classic cucumber, and this was actually one of the first things I ever grew on a trellis. Okay, and now for the one that I haven't enjoyed as much, which is indeterminate tomatoes. I have found that they just don't fill out the trellises like I like. I really like a lot of foliage, I like a whimsical look, and an indeterminate tomato is not giving me that when it's on the trellis. I've still gotten really good harvest off of them, but they are just not my favorite, and I'd rather just grow a determinate tomato.